Hey guys, so welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. In this video I'm going to be bathing this very dirty grey mare. She looks like a mountain goat at the minute. She's all fluffy, she needs a bath and a clip, so that's what I'm going to do today. And I'm going to attempt to cut her mane. She just needs a trim, but I normally get someone else to do it because I'm scared if I do it and one of it's shorter and I'll just go shorter and shorter to get it even, and she'll end up with like a show jumper's mane. So I'm going to attempt that. So first off we're going to do is we're going to bath her and then we will clip her, and I can't wait to see what she looks like at the end of this video. Stay tuned.
So this is what she looks like before her bath. She actually doesn't look too bad on video, but it was worse in person. So yes.
Why you talking in code? No reason. Why you got me on hold? I'm beeping. I knew something was ignited. When you left, I wanted more. All I wanna do is get to know you.
So the first thing I do is I start with her tail. So I am spraying in her conditioner thing that I made for her. I will pop the video up the top. It's just I really like that. So I have popped that in to brush all her tail out. I don't even know when the last time her tail was brushed. I normally don't brush her tail. I don't know why. I don't really brush her tail. Unless it's being washed or if I'm going to plait it. So I don't know the last time. So it is a bit, it's knotty. So here I'm just brushing through her tail. Let me know if you want me to do a video on how you're meant to brush your horse's tail out, like when it's really knotty like hers is. Like starting from the end and working your way up. And then I'm going to cut it. Doesn't it look funny when it's like just in a ponytail like that? But I couldn't find my big scissors, so I had to do it with little scissors, so it took forever. So I'm doing the same thing with her mane. Her mane doesn't really get that knotty, but she does have a little bit on the other side of her neck. Like her mane does grow on the wrong side, which is weird because it used to grow on the right side and she used to have a little bit that grew on the wrong side. But as it grew out longer, the bit that used to grow on the wrong side now grows on the right side, and the most of it that used to grow on the right side now grows on the wrong side. Don't ask me why, but it doesn't really bother me, so I just put her hair where she wants it to, where it wants to go. And here I am changing her head collar because that was a fluffy one and I didn't want to get it soaking wet, so I am just popping this head collar on her and just wetting her mane and just kind of brushing it out, because I do want to wash her mane and her tail before I do the rest of her body, because I do like to wash her mane and tail like twice. So if I do it once now and then again, I'll also leave a more in-depth video on how I wash her mane and how I get it so white. I will leave that up in the corner. So here, this is just water at the moment. I just like to go over her with water and get any dirt that wants to come out, which it quite a bit does. I will link another video so you can see how much dirt actually just comes out. You can see it on the video now, how much dirt just comes out by kind of jet washing her. And here I am adding the foam. And then I like to get 2 curry combs. Well, this is just 1 curry comb at the minute, and just rub it down her legs, her body, everywhere. Normally use 2 for her body. I just find the curry combs kind of really get in and lift the hair up a bit more than you can do with your hands or like a sponge. So here I'm just getting all of the soap off, and I'm just using the curry comb again just to kind of make sure that the soap is out from underneath her coat, because she is going to be clipped. Now it's drying time, and I also did put some conditioner in her mane and her tail. That was the last thing that I washed off of her mane. So I normally wash her tail twice, and then her mane and her tail twice, and then I'll pop some conditioner and leave that in for about 10 minutes and then wash it off. And then this is my trick to get her as dry as possible, because I don't have a dry rug. So I find if you put towels underneath your fleece, they dry so much quicker. And also the neck fleece really does help, because you can just tuck the towels around it like I have done. And then here, I was eating these and I didn't think she would like it, so I said fine, have one, and she really liked it.
So nice. So nice. No more. One more.
And these are prawn cocktail McCoys. She really liked these. She is a funny one.
No more.
So here, after about, I normally wait about half an hour, depending on how warm it is, and take all of this off of her, because I like to clip her when she is slightly damp. I just find it so much easier. The hair just falls to the floor instead of going all over you. So this is what she looks like after her bath. So here I am attempting to trim her mane and having a heart attack about it. I did not enjoy this. And it ended up not being straight, but I knew that if I carried on, it wasn't going to look. She was going to end up having a show jumper's mane again. So just kind of trimming the ends.
So that's what it looks like. I want to cut more because it's not as straight as I want it, but I know if I keep cutting, it's going to just get really, really short. Yeah. Are you chilly? You're not even that wet, so why are you still covered? So yeah, I would like it a little bit more diagonal, but yeah, I'm not going to touch it anymore because she'll end up having no mane at all. It'll be really, really short because I'll just keep going. So yeah.
So I do move the speaker that is in the way in a minute. Sorry guys, but I kind of wanted you to see this bit so you can see her blue coming out once she is being clipped. I really like that. I'm using the Master Clippers Hunter, I believe. And I normally start like how I've started here on her belly and then kind of work my way around. I do have a really short attention span, so I do normally jump between different sections. So like I'll start here, then I'll do her shoulder or her neck, then I'll do her bum, and then I'll go back and start all over. And you can see where the hair's like damp, it just falls. It doesn't puff up into your face or anything like that, which is really helpful. Because I hate when it does that. Especially with her hair, it's so thick. And I do always wear, like, the jodhpurs that I have on are kind of just like my clip-in jodhpurs, or like my bathing ones that I know are going to get absolutely soaked and disgusting, or going to get hair on. So we'll carry on with the speeding this bit up, and you can just kind of watch until we get on to doing her mane and her neck part. So this is the most nerve-wracking bit for me, is getting as close as possible to her mane without cutting her mane off, because I have done that before, like not cut her whole mane off, but cut a little bit. So I kind of start slightly lower and just work my way up slowly. And I try to do short strokes, because if you go wrong with a short stroke, you're not cutting the whole way up, where if you do a long stroke, that whole section of that mane is gone. So I do, as you can see, I just kind of edge closer and closer to the mane, and it is more helpful when she has her head turned to the side, because her like neck is stretched out. But yeah, I don't put a head collar on her or tie her up or anything if she's in the stable. I just find she stands better not tied up, to be clipped. She's not really bothered by it, so I just let her kind of do what she wants. She's really good to clip. Apart from her legs, she is an absolute nightmare to clip her legs, which is mental, because as you'll see in a minute, I clip her face with nothing on her with the big clippers, and she is not bothered. But her legs, she's like, no, not touching them. So here's the face. So I don't clip around her muzzle. I leave all of that, like her nose and like her whiskers, I leave all of that. I do underneath her chin, and I kind of go upwards because the hair grows that way. Now, one thing about face is that the hair on the face just grows in so many different directions. It is ridiculous. But as you can see, like, literally her eyes, she's not bothered. I go over her eyes. Well, I covered them, and she's just not bothered. So she's really good. And don't get me wrong, this has taken a long time. I never used to be able to even touch her face, so this it's really good progress. And then I do something slightly different with her ears. When that comes to it, I will explain what I'm doing.
Unusual, this shit's unusual. I know that something is off, that feeling mutual. Yeah, but you should know, this shit's confusing, yo. Communication ain't the same as what we used to know, girl. I can't read your love, that body language is illegible. You just not allowed talking, babe. What you thinking of, that writing on your face illegible. So baby, I'm not even coming close no more. I'm getting lost in all this translation, babe.
I put my hand over her eye so I don't get any of her lashes or her little whiskers that are around her eyes. And the thing is, I can't remember when I did this. I think it was 4 weeks ago, and she already needs another clip. She has grown so much. You wouldn't think she was clipped. But I might just do an Irish clip. I'm not sure yet. So here, I like to get all of the hair from behind her ears and like in front of her ears, because that's where she sweats the most. And then I like to leave the hair on the rest of it. I do trim it, as you'll see here. So what I do with Moon's ears is I like her to keep her fluff on her ears. It protects her ears, sorry, Moon. It protects hers and everything like that. The same as around her muzzle. She has hair there. So I cut it also. Here is where she would sweat normally. So I make sure all of that is gone. And then I just kind of go in the same direction as the hair, so that it kind of just trims off the long bits. So I will show you. This here is the ear that I have done. You can even see from the side, it's pretty straight and kind of thing. And then here is her fluffed ear that I haven't done yet. And she's got all the fluff in it still. So this is the ear that hasn't been done yet. You can see it's all fluffy. She's got all of this there. Come round. So that's actually pretty good that you can see like that. So yeah, I know some people might say it looks weird, but I would prefer her to be more comfortable than anything else. The same with like her nose, how she has hair like halfway down her face. But I do try to blend it as best as possible, but as long as she's happy, I don't really care, if that makes sense. If people feel, oh, you should have clipped the whole thing. This is how I do Moon, and this is how Moon is happy and how I am happy to do Moon. So the bits that are actually in her ear do tickle her. So that's like, she kind of moves her head because it kind of tickles, which I'm not kind of surprised about, because if someone tickled like your ear, it tickles, doesn't it? So, and yes, I have got fluff in my hair. Nothing new there with clipping. Normally, because I'm normally end up underneath her when I'm doing her belly. And yes, there is some lines on her, but hey, they're not too bad. And it grows out in a week or two. So that is her all done. Doesn't she look amazing? And then stay tuned for the rest of it, because she goes absolutely ballistic when I put her out. So that there is Moon all done. Finally, it is done. She's been sweating so much. She also was weighed today as well, so she is now 519, which is good because she's lost 21 kilos, which is great. So yes, I'm just going to pop a rain sheet on her just to keep the wind off of her tonight, and she'll be going out. So thanks. See you next time. Bye guys. Are you finished? Can I fix your rug now then? Hmm? I fix your rug now that you're